Well, welcome back to Missing Persons TV. I'm Brian Ladd with my co-host Debra. Today is Monday, October 12th, 2009, 9:31 p.m. I have Debra on the phone, and she just got back. Debra, how you doing?
I guess I'm doing okay. Had a long trip. Ended up catching the flu, so that was not good. So I ended up coming home a whole day later than I thought I would.
Right, and you're
was
still
too
not
sick to make the trip home.
You're still not feeling very well, are you?
No, but I'm improving a little bit, so that's good.
Okay.
So how was your weekend?
It was pretty good. Spent it with the kids and the wife. A lot of stuff we're doing. Baby's doing fine. He's he's 1 month. He was 1 month old yesterday. Today's 1 month.
I was just gonna say, wouldn't that be today? Today's the 12th.
Yeah, he's 1 month old.
Okay.
So he's doing fine. We're going back to Cub Scouts Thursday, starting that back up again. And that's it, I guess. Weather's changed. A lot colder at night.
Yeah, it's gotten really, really cold. I actually, for the first time in decades, I wore a hat this weekend. I went and bought a hat at the market, and I wore it. I was freezing. It was really cold. It was really windy.
Did you sell any mops?
Yep. Sold mops. No, actually, I didn't sell any. I rocked them. I don't sell mops.
Good.
I rock mops.
We had the Apple Butter Festival here. I did not go. So I don't know how that went. Usually a lot of people come for that.
Okay, the place that I went is called Spoon River.
Mm-hmm.
And my next destination is something called Mount Sterling, which is in Kentucky. So I leave in a couple days now for Kentucky.
Okay. All right. As I told you, we're going to be doing some changes on this missing person TV show, and I spoke with you, and you agree, right?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Basically, what we're going to do is we're not going to be covering missing person cases like we do from now on. I did write a statement on the website as the reason why. I'll read that later if you want, but basically, I don't want to get too involved with these cases because it is a lot of work to do. It's emotionally, for me, I don't really like it. I like what I do, but I don't feel comfortable putting out dreams and stuff like that. And then, I know that some of them are correct and some of them are wrong. But I just don't feel too comfortable about doing that. I'm just speaking for myself. I just don't think it's the right thing to do. Because remember these are dreams, and some people do follow up on them, but the majority of cases, people don't really follow up on them anyways. But I'll read the statement that I made. That might explain it. It seems 8/12/2009. I'm sorry, 10/12/2009, which is today. You want me to go ahead and just read that, Debra? Debra,
yeah, I think that would be.
Okay.
It'd be a good idea for you to read your statement, yes.
Okay. It seems I was wrong in the Asling Symes case, and it bothers me deeply. Not just because I was wrong, because I was starting to wonder if the work that I do is actually causing more harm than good. After reading several articles on what had happened to the child, I was seriously doubting myself and my abilities that I have to locate missing people. I've read a lot of the skeptic blogs in the case and several others, and I have to agree with them. Unless we are specific enough on information that the police can use, we should stay out of other people's business. There are too many emotions involved, and I don't think I'm strong enough to handle this type of work. So that's basically what I'm going to do. Okay?
Okay.
So that said, we are going to be coming up with a new show topic. We'll still cover some cases, but we want to get into more of the, I guess, dream talk, dream analyzation. Like I was going to cover my nightly dreams, something like that. Whatever. What do you think?
I think that's wonderful.
Okay.
And, like you said, you are still available for missing persons cases if someone, or a family member wants help.
Right.
Correct?
Yes. And we've done about, let's see. 817 cases so far. So we've done a lot of work. It's not that I'm not going to stop doing that. I'm not going to do these cases unless somebody, like, let's say, a police department or somebody involved in the family actually wants me to do something like that. I don't care what they do with the information, but I'm not going to give out information that I don't 100% agree that is accurate or specific enough to actually help in a missing person case. I try, my very best. That's why I put out everything that I know of to help. But so far, even though a lot of the information could be correct or it couldn't be, I don't think is really helping. And especially like I said, the case we just did, we did a lot of work on it, but we really didn't accomplish anything good. And actually, we could have actually caused more harm than good. The child was found right next to the house. Now, I'm speaking for myself. I don't think what I had was even close. Okay, so dreams are dreams. Personally, I believe in my dreams. I don't believe in all of them, but I do think that I have them for a reason. And it's not just something that I was thinking about before I went to sleep or something like that. But I don't think we should be making it as public as this, especially when there's a lot of emotions involved and a lot of people are involved. And if we're not giving it an area that's specific enough, and you say, hey, go check this out. Here's an exact location. Then we're not doing any good. So basically, we're going to stop doing this, and I think that's the right thing to do. But we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. You missing people is fine. I mean, we're just going to stop posting these cases like we're doing. But anything.
Okay. I'd like something to be made clear here. Mirak has said someone has just joined chat, and he said that when Diane came in, she just arrived. That this is you're talking about dream burnout. This is not dream burnout. This is you're still going to be doing your dreams. In fact, you're going to be.
I know without a doubt. Listen,
the only thing is the way that missing persons is handled is what's going to change.
For an example,
so it's not dream burnout. It's just we want to be very careful that we're not causing some sort of harm to what we're doing.
Exactly. This is really, really important stuff, and I think that a lot of I'm not pointing at a lot of things that I see. It's just not. I just don't think it's professional to do what we're doing in this type of area. Listen, I've got 7,572 dreams that are posted right now, and I can tell you without a doubt, I believe in a lot of my dreams. There's no way that just happened. I definitely believe in a lot of the dreams that I have and everything else like that. I don't want to put information out that could cause somebody, especially a family member or something, to think, oh, why is he thinking that, or whatever. And I just think it's something we should have a little more respect for, I guess. And that's what I want to do. But that said, I do want to do a show with Debra, and I want to do a show, and we'd like to do it about anything you guys want to talk about. I would like to call it like Dream Talk or something like that. And I could actually go over my nightly dreams with you guys. And what I'd like to do is hear from you guys about your dreams and stuff like that. I'm not an expert on anything, and I admit that. And I don't know the answers to a lot of things. And I think that's good. And no one knows the answers to everything. If they do, they're lying to you. So I don't know, Debra. I'm not really prepared for this, but that's what I wanted to do.
Well, that's what you were intending to do to begin with. Mm-hmm. And you started up the show, and then we started doing missing persons cases. So, what you intended to do to begin with took a turn. So now we're just going to go back to what you intended to do, right?
Yeah, well, when I first started off, with the website and everything, it had nothing to do with missing people. But then I got into that, and I was asked to do that, and I still want to help. I just don't want to do it in the way that we're doing it.
Right. So it's not that we don't care about missing people, and that we're not
I think our work alone.
Like that. We're just changing what we're doing.
I think our work alone, proves that. There's no doubt we definitely care. We maybe care too much.
Right. And there's missing person forums, missing person websites. All those things are staying up.
Sure.
And they're moving forward.
Nothing's going to get deleted. No, I'm not taking anything down. Everything stays as it is. As a matter of fact, we're going to put more effort into the missing person forum we're just gonna I'm gonna leave the dreams out of it. Okay, I'm gonna leave the psychic stuff out of it. Um, you guys know that I'm a skeptic anyways, okay, full spin. I'm not saying I don't believe in psychics. I definitely think there's some very talented psychics out there. But I've seen some stuff that really does bother me. I just don't want to do it. So
we want to make sure
that.
that information that is put out there
Yes.
is correct. Mm-hmm. It doesn't lead someone in the wrong direction or, you know, cause some sort of panic or something, you know, when it comes to these things, because these missing people, this is life and death that we're dealing with.
Right, and it's not a game. I mean, it's not like, you know, I've seen some stuff, well, she's over by the tree or something like that. This isn't a game. This is, we need to, if we're going to have some information, you know, I know we do research and a lot of stuff, we do it online, but we need to leave all that research that we do. We need to not make that, you know, so everybody can see that. What we need to do is, if we have something that we know for sure, then let's tell somebody about it that can do something about it in, you know, there. And I'm talking about the police. A lot of times I like to leave the family out of it too. And if they don't want to listen, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think any police officer or detective, whatever, would definitely listen to a specific, exact location. I don't want it to be playing any type of games or anything like that. I just don't think it's right. So that's what I wanted to do. So
okay, so I guess, you know, something that you had said too is that, you know, you're open to suggestions of what people
definitely
would like on the show.
What I'd like to do, like I said, is that you know, I post my dreams every night. I could actually maybe talk about that. What I'd like to show everybody exactly what I do as far as you know, getting ready to go to sleep. And it sounds simple, but it does take for me a little preparation and meditation, because I definitely try to clear my mind. And then, you know, when you first start off recording your dream, one of the hardest things you can do. You just don't want to. You don't want to do it. I mean, try it. Try to sleep with a pen and paper in your hand, or even close to you, and you have a dream and try to write it down. You just something you inherently don't want to do, and that just takes, you know, a lot of practice. But there's a lot of things I'd like to talk about as far as that goes, and showing everybody that, you know, dreams are for a reason, and we still don't understand dreams. And, you know, it's not just what's going on in your, you know, in your mind or what you were thinking about. There's other things. I firmly believe that. A lot of people don't, but I do. And like I said, I can tell you without a doubt the dreams that I've had in the past that were not a coincidence. Sure, some things probably were, but some of these things are not a coincidence. That's how I know for a fact that you know, dreams are for a reason. I just don't think it may be appropriate to just be posting dreams on any missing person. Because if you think about it, if that was my kid, would I want a psychic, especially if I don't believe in psychics or something, posting information on my child or my loved one or whatever? So that's what I want to do. You're silent.
Okay, well, yeah.
This is a shock to Debra too, because
we're starting something new here.
We can do whatever we want, whatever you guys want. It doesn't matter to me. But I definitely would like to bring up the dreams. I'd like to have people that you know, that know certain fields of whatever. We'd like to, you know, to have you on or do whatever. But I could cover the dreams, whatever. I just want to leave the psychic missing people stuff kind of out of it, unless we have something very specific, and that somebody wants us to talk about that's related to that missing person. Because really, it's I don't know. I think I said enough on that. Okay.
Okay.
So what are we doing now?
I don't know. What would you like
right.
to talk about?
I don't know. You got a screwdriver. We can do a home improvement show.
You want to be Tim the Tool Mailer or something like that now?
No. It was a good show though. We can do movie reviews. I don't care. But I just think that's I've already. I just don't think it's appropriate a lot of times to do what we're doing in the way that we do it. So.
Okay, Sandra is asking, can we still talk about missing people and leave the dream part out?
Okay, well, here's the deal about the dreams. I don't have the dreams unless actually Debra sends me the case. I take the case, like with any other case, my printer right here. I print it out and put it on my pillow. Those dreams come from me being asleep or in a lucid state. And I write that stuff down. If Deborah does not send me these cases, I won't have any dreams to talk about, but I'd love to talk about the case. Now, I still will probably have dreams about it, but I just don't want to put out information to the whole world, because we're getting thousands of people watching this, and that, some people are, taking different ways and stuff like that. I just don't think it's right. So, if there's some way we can do it without that, see, I don't know. I don't know, Deborah. Maybe it's a lot of stress. I guess I don't know.
Well, yes, I guess we could talk about missing people and leave the dream part out.
Right, but then I want to do the dreams. That's one other thing. Then I want to do the dreams, and then I want to talk about it. We'll be right back to where we started.
But, they want to talk about the missing people in the chat room, in the forums. Those things that's what they're there for, right?
That's what it's there for. We don't monitor, we don't edit unless you're using profanity or pornography in the forums. It stays where it is. You're welcome to say anything about me or anybody. Well, no, that's not right. That is a rule. You can say about me anything you want. The forums are not to disrespect anybody, though. But yeah, you can say what you want, basically. We hadn't had any problems.
And the missing persons forum is still there.
We're going to put more missing person
create
forum.
awareness.
We're going to put
people
more
that are missing and get the word out for them.
We're going to put more effort into that. There. It doesn't say psychic missing person forum, Brian's missing person forum, dreams, whatever. It says missing person forum. We're going to put more effort into that too, because it's for missing people, and I think it will definitely help. It takes everybody's input for that, though, not just ours. And we put it, it does take, everybody has to help. I think one organization, Web Sleuth, is an outstanding forum as far as when it goes to helping find missing people and solve crimes. I mean, I think that the police should pay more attention to that, because that uses everybody's. Everybody has an idea or a theory or whatever, and they're all putting that together, and they're doing that in real time, and thousands of people are doing that. That is a brilliant idea, and I'm surprised they don't have more members than they do. But something like that is wonderful. Put that in our forums too. I don't care. There's no competition. I'm just, I want to do whatever we can to help, but I'm just not sure that the way that we've been doing it is right. Because we're talking about some serious stuff here. I mean, serious. The most important thing in the world are kids, and I don't like it. So
we will continue to talk about Aji too.
Yes.
We will be,
I have his pictures.
Pushing for awareness for him.
Yeah, I think that the work we've done on Aji, look, as far as Aji this year goes, I've done the dream drawings. Unfortunately, the area that I have him in isn't good. So and if that area's been searched, which I certainly hope, I think it was, that means he's out there. So that's why we're really promoting this. This is a case that's solvable. That's out there. He could still be alive. There's a picture right there. Tired of everybody looking nice. So we'll still promote Aji. Remember now, we run Find Aji, but we run a lot of missing person sites, and that's another thing we can do. We're getting pretty good at it. We host, we register, we host, we run, we operate, we write the code and all that stuff for all these missing persons forums. Find Aji, Find Cindy, Find Jesse, Justice for Haley, Justice for Robert. All these forums, we do all that ourselves, and we do it for free. We could go into that too. We could, if somebody goes missing, we could be helping right there and saying, hey, do you mind if we set up a site for you? I mean, right now people think that Find Aji is the official Aji to Seer missing person site. Even the color county, with Sheriff's Department, they use that in their own video. They open the video with our website. We're just concerned people, and so is everybody else that's watching this show right now.
Right. So we're going to continue to concern people for missing persons.
Well, you either are or you're not, so that never changes.
In the dream stuff out of it, we're not going to be broadcasting that all over to the public.
I think that's the right thing to do. Yes. So
okay. Well, what are we going to talk about next then? You're going to talk about
Aji.
your dreams
Aji.
and other things that are going on.
Oh no! Right now, all right. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, Ashi's birthday is in 3 days.
Right,
Actually,
Aji's birthday is Thursday.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a show for him, and we can like another thing. We do the videos. We do the the YouTube videos and the movie maker videos and stuff like that. We can make another one for him, and that's really time consuming doing that.
Right. So I guess what you're telling people too is we talked about how we're just changing what we're doing, and that will give us the opportunity to work more on other aspects of missing persons, like you were talking about.
Yes.
So we still care about them, and we're still doing things for missing persons, just doing them different now.
Yes, we're definitely doing them different because if you're not sending me the cases, I'm not going to have any information to really add, which in a way is good, in a way it's bad. But if somebody wants us, particularly if the sheriff's department, if the police, detectives, whatever, want something from me, I'm of course would be happy to do that. That's definitely not a problem. You can do whatever that you want. I mean, all our stuff is what do you call it? Creative Commons license, whatever ways you can share it. It's always been like that. But I just think it's more appropriate and respectful that we do change. Yes, change. You're awful silent. I know I sprung this on you, but we need to do something else too.
Yeah, well, that it's okay that you sprung this on me, because I back you 500% with the decision you made.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So when do you want to have the show? When do you think? And I notice whenever we have a show time, we're always late anyways.
Yeah, I know.
So unless we start at 4 a.m.
I'm happy to that.
Yeah, we'll actually fix that though. We'll get a show scheduled. We'll start on time. I'm late a lot. Debra's late a lot. We'll start on time. We will be talking about whatever you guys want. I do definitely want to cover the dream. I definitely would like to give a couple. I don't like teaching because I don't like teaching because I don't feel that I know everything, and I don't want to teach you guys something that I don't think is right. What I've learned, I have not learned from books or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I've read a lot of books on remote viewing and a lot of stuff, and I think it comes. And I hate to talk bad about things, but I didn't. I was like, what? This is not what I do. This is nothing even close to what I do. So I don't like to do that. Really, the potential's inside everybody. I think you have to do it yourself. That's the thing that goes along with anything. But I will do my best to show exactly what I do. I'm not putting a webcam on my bed. My wife would not like that, but what was brought up, that was brought up. No, I'm not. I don't. My wife's already very understanding. My wife didn't want me to do this, because she definitely knows. She's the one that actually got me started sort of in the dreams when I was posting my dreams in this blog I had. I think it was about a dog that actually saved a little girl's life. Well, I mean, and the dog didn't know. I don't think the dog didn't know that she was saving the life, but it did. I dreamed about it. I think it was about 7 days later. It was in the news. And my wife told me about it. I looked it up. And I said, "Yeah, that's a coincidence." But there was an awful lot of coincidences, and everybody knows my pronunciation, spelling, and everything is bad. That's me. But there are so many that have happened now. I know without a doubt, there's something to this. But I also do know that there's a lot of psychics out there that I don't think are being very honest. Personally, I don't think I've dealt with any of them. I do know that Gail St. John is one of the few the psychics that I know that is actually willing to put her information out there, regardless of being right or wrong. And Travis, I believe, is the same way. Of course, I don't really know Travis that well, but she's one of the she's the only one that's willing to do that. A lot of psychics basically will record a lot of stuff. and then only put out whatever comes true, and you never know what they've done, you never know what they've said before. And then a lot of times things will come out, and then they'll use that information to vaguely represent whatever they had said before. And I realize that, and I think a lot of people realize that, and I think that's sort of wrong in a way too. Um, but so that's the decision. We're going to change a little bit. So whatever we want to do, we will do.
Okay, so if anyone has something in particular they'd like us to have a show on to talk about, they should send an email, right?
Yes. Send an email to Debra at idon'tknowwhatthehellwe'redoing.com. Just kidding, Debra. Debra, what?
Yeah, well,
here's another website we run and maintain. What's that?
We kind of don't know exactly what's going on at this point.
Yeah.
You know, it's something new, so.
Well, we'll go with it. We'll pick a time. I think that the people we have in our chat room right now are the people that always come here. I think that they need to tell us what time they want us to be here. Okay, whatever's more convenient to them, because they're always here, and they've stuck with the show for a long time. So, it's up to let them tell us. You know, I'm available. I mean, I do have other jobs, but I mean, I can be here.
That works for me too. That's fine.
And you can do your job via phone, so you can do your job anywhere. You don't even need you can do your job if need be.
Exactly. I can always do it for myself if I need to.
So the image I have up right now is Justice for Haley.
Good.
9 o'clock. I know the people that we have right now that come into the chat room, becoming in the chat room like 15, 20 minutes late because they know we're late. So
right.
In a way, that's not really professional, but you know, it is. It's not like we're that big of a thing, but yeah, it is something we'll fix. But yeah, if you notice that though, I mean, I log on at 9 o'clock, and I was like, "Where's everybody at?" I was like, we'll have a show. We'll have it on time, and we'll cover dreams. We'll cover psychic stuff. We'll cover UFOs. I mean, seriously, we'll cover. There's a lot of things I'd like to talk about that deals with a variety of subjects. And I think everybody knows my opinion on UFOs, and well, maybe not, but whatever. Debra, you're not talking anymore.
Well, I guess it depends on what other people want to talk about too. So.
Right.
We'll just play it by ear.
Okay. Get that off there. Okay. Let's see what else. The last case we covered was 816. That will be our last case. That's Aisling Symes. Unfortunately, her body was found. Debra, do you know what happened? I mean, I do. I really don't want to get into it too much, but she was located.
I know I don't know everything that happened. I still have to do some reading and find out. I just know what you told me. That's all I know.
Unfortunately, she was found. She was not found alive. She was found in a drainage pipe. I believe a manhole cover had come off. She apparently maybe fell into it or was looking at it or something like that. She fell into the pipe. They found her, I believe it was approximately 20 meters from the home, which is really sad because, what really got to me is when they said that she may have crawled. So if you think about that for a second, crawling in the pipe when everybody's up there looking for you, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I think it's unbelievable. I was really shocked to find out that she was in that pipe like that and what had actually happened, because what I've seen normally, law enforcement and search teams and everyone, they look in those types of areas first.
Yeah, apparently they did. They put a camera down there. They said it only went 9 meters. I don't understand why. I don't know. Apparently maybe they had to dig something up. I'm not exactly sure. I do know that New Zealand, children just don't go missing there. Seriously, they don't go missing in that country. which is why probably this case I think it's not popular here, but over there it's really popular. Um, which is we should take advice from them on what they do. Apparently, the police just don't play around over there, and their laws maybe are tougher for pedophiles and freaks that we've talked about, which is great. We'd adopt all those laws. Um, but she was found. I think it was earlier. Well, yesterday, earlier today, I believe, which would be yesterday for them. I'm not exactly sure. Either way, she wasn't found alive. It was about a week, and she's apparently been missed. Well, she was missing for a week. Um, I just don't. I don't know why it wasn't. I don't. I guess you have to be there because I know that they did everything they could. I mean, if you saw that broadcast, because I did see put a clip of it up there. I did see a broadcast with I believe the chief of police up there that broke the news, and it was not good. I'm just imagining though that all those people looking, and she's right under there.
I'm just really shocked. It's just surprising. I know. I guess that's all I can say. I'm shocked.
Well, to me, this reminds me of what she's right under there and everything in the dreams I had from Madeline McCann. And I still insist Madeline McCann's in the same location where I've been saying she's at for 2 years now. But right under their feet. And from what I'm looking at, Deborah, I mean, I do realize that she did walk off. I mean, she's only 2 years old. I don't think that the parents had anything to do with this. It's just a tragic accident. And that somebody's going to get in a lot of trouble for it, because from what I've heard, that manhole cover has been reported before as being off. I think whenever it rains, apparently it was raining. It had just rained, and the water in the storm drain system, I guess the water goes in there and floods it and pops up the manhole cover. Everyone, when they've been reporting that manhole cover actually came off, and they said that the manhole cover weighed like 20 kilos, which is I think around 40 pounds. No child's moving that. So we went outside, I guess, and what kind of bothers me, if the manhole cover was off, wouldn't that be a direct? Wouldn't that be the first place that we would tear apart? It was off.
Well, that's
I guess I don't know all the details.
I'm just surprised that she was right there the whole time.
I don't know. Okay, anything else, Deborah?
Not for me.
Okay. Oh, picture's still on there. Okay, so we'll be back tomorrow night, I guess, at 9 o'clock, and we'll talk about what we can do, what the new show thing's going to be. If you guys want to send us your input, please do. Deborah, what's the best email they should use for us if they want to contact us?
The best email? I don't know. They all go to the same place.
Okay, let's give one then. What about Deborah at missingpersonforum.com?
That one works just fine.
Okay. Okay, I guess we're done for the night. Thank you guys in chat for coming, like you always do. We really do appreciate it. We'll be back on tomorrow at 9 o'clock. That's Eastern Standard Time, -5 GMT. Good night, guys.